What's up, mathematicians? Justin here. Now, in the last video, I talked about what measurement is, and I had fun because I got to play around with all my different measuring instruments. But this course is not about me, right? It's about you, and it's about your learning. So you should be having some of the fun too, right? So in this video, I'll be giving you a few measurement challenges that you can go and have fun with yourself. So let's pull these up. Nope, not there. There we go. So you can find this on the course website, my website, which will be linked in the description below. And you'll see here Unit 1 measurement. And for Lesson 1, which is basically an introduction to measurement, you can see that the practice is to complete 6 measurement challenges. Now, if you're a teacher and you want to assign a different number, obviously that's up to you. For my students, I ask them to do 6, 2 of each type. Now, you can actually open this as a Google Doc yourself. And so I have it open here, but if you, on the website, if you just click this here, it will open up as a Google Doc. This way I can look at it with larger text. And so let's talk very briefly about some of these measurement challenges. Okay, so they are of 3 types, and we talked about these types of measurements in the last video. Number 1 being length, number 2 being area, and number 3 being volume. Okay, of course there are other types of measurement we could make, but these are the ones we're going to be focusing on right now. So under length, the first measurement challenge is, imagine you're a shepherd and you need to put a fence around a plot of land. So basically what you're doing here is finding a perimeter. So I encourage you to actually go outside, physically find a plot, maybe even put string around it, and you know, if it's not already delineated naturally, and you know, think about how you would find the perimeter in order to figure out how much fencing you would need to surround it. The next one is a little bit more challenging, I think. It's called the shipbuilder. And in this one, what I'm asking you to do is go outside and find a tree and then figure out how tall that tree is without measuring it directly. Okay, find a tall tree that you can't measure directly and find the height of it using some indirect method. Okay, so don't climb the tree with a tape measure. There are a couple different ways to do this, and we will talk about different ways to do this in later videos. But for now, the challenge is to go out and figure out a way to do it yourself. Measure the height of a tree indirectly. Okay, so those are the length challenges. The area challenges are, number 1, imagine you're a tax collector and you need to figure out the area of a plot of land. And this is a plot that, again, is irregular. It's not rectangular. You can use the one from part 1. And you can, I mean, there are different ways to do it. But, just play around. Figure out whatever way works best for you. And find the area of the plot of land. And then this next one here, I'm asking you to imagine that you're a fence builder that's hired to replace an old fence. So looking down at this diagram here, we see this fence in orange. This is the one that has to be replaced. Now the farmers decided, well, rather than make it so it has this angle in, why not build a straight fence? But the question is, where should that straight fence go in order to make sure that the 2 plots of land remain the same size? And so this involves area measurements. So that is the second area challenge. Figure out how to make a straight fence that replaces this bent fence such that these 2 plots of land remain the same size. Obviously, some parts of this plot will go to this plot and some parts of this plot will go to this plot in the process, but we want them to be the same size at the end. And finally, volume. I have 3 here, and I asked my students to choose 2, and there are a couple that I may add to some of these earlier ones. So if you're watching this video and you see more than just the 2 here, then just follow the descriptions given. The first one is, imagine you're hired to build a pyramid that has a square base, 50 meter by 50 meter, and a height of 50 meter, and you're going to build it out of cubic meter blocks. How many blocks would you need? This involves finding the volume of the pyramid, or it could. And then the next one is, take a bag, a purse, a backpack, whatever, and figure out, like, if you had to find the volume of that bag, what would you do? And I would encourage you to pick, something like a canvas bag that's not, some grocery bags are more rectangular or like a box shape. Pick one, try picking one that's more roundish, but you could try with a box shape, more box shape bag if that's all you have. But see if you can do it for one that is not so rectangular, one that has curves to it. And finally, the geologist example. So imagine you're a geologist and you need to find the density of a rock that you found. So go outside, find an irregularly shaped rock, not a brick, and measure its density in grams per cubic centimeter. Okay, so as you think about some of these challenges, you might be like, well, wait a second, I don't really know how to do that. So just to head off any potential concerns here from the get-go, I want to say, yes, I understand I'm giving you this assignment without first teaching you any relevant formulas or methods. Now, formulas can be looked up online, and I say go ahead and do that. Although it can be an interesting challenge to try to solve as many of these as possible without looking up formulas online. But if you get stuck or you just want to look up the formulas, go for it. In terms of methods, you might also be able to find some of that online, but I encourage you to just play around. Try to figure out your own methods. And as I say here, playing around with ideas, with structures, with space is a great way to discover methods. And that's honestly one of the more important skills, in my opinion, to become better at mathematics, is learning to play around, and while playing around, discover methods. Okay? If there's a challenge you just can't crack, that's okay. Give it an honest effort, right? And then once you've given it an honest effort, describe what you did and give your best estimate for the requested measurement. Okay, so let's come on back here. So yeah, so that is our measurement challenges activity. And now go out and do some measuring, have some fun, and yeah, give it your best shot. So thank you for watching, as always, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.